have some crazy NBA news regarding NBA free agency. Kyle Lowry signing with the Miami Heat and Lonzo Ball signing with the Chicago Bulls. And we have a new intro, so you know we have tons of fun stuff packed in this video. And cue the new intro. 2 hours ago, tons of NBA sources said that Kyle Lowry has signed with the Miami Heat in a sign-and trade. So ESPN says Kyle Lowry is headed to Miami. Shams reports Kyle Lowry is signing with the Miami Heat. And Woj says 3-year deal and a sign-and trade for Kyle Lowry, sources tell ESPN. Kyle Lowry is one of the best Toronto Raptors of all time, if not the best Toronto Raptor of all time, and it kind of surprises me that Kyle Lowry is leaving. I mean, we've known Kyle Lowry by being a Toronto Raptor. We haven't really known him on any other teams besides, I could guess you could say, the Rockets or Grizzlies, but he wasn't a star yet. Heading to the Heat, Kyle Lowry is honestly ring chasing at this point because he's won one championship already, but when you're Kyle Lowry's age, like 33, 34 years old, you look to win championships in the NBA. And Kyle Lowry is trying to become a 2-time champion, if not more than that. Kyle Lowry probably in his mind wants to be a 5-time champion, even though that is not realistic. Kyle Lowry just has that in his mind as his goal. He doesn't need to be the star player anymore. He just wants to be a contributing piece on a successful team. Kyle Lowry has been one of the most underrated players the league has ever seen in the last 10 or so years, or just in NBA history. Kyle Lowry is an anomaly, someone who can average 25 points a game in a season and do whatever he wants on the basketball court and be so underrated. He was one of the best players in the NBA a few years ago, and literally nobody noticed because Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors were good. Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors were legit good. They did not succeed to expectations this season, and part of that is a bunch of players leaving. But in the DeMar DeRozan era, Kyle Lowry was having the time of his life. He made several All-Star teams and finally got one in 2015. Just going to the Miami Heat, I just need to tell Kyle Lowry something, and this is an old-time saying. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Now, this is a saying that has references to back to the 17 and 1800s. And the reason people say this, and also regarding NBA, is because the grass is not always greener on the other side, referring to you could not be that happy, so on one team, for example, in the NBA, so then you go to another team and win a championship, it doesn't make you feel necessarily more happy. Just ask Kevin Durant. He said it didn't feel like much of anything else when he went to the Warriors. It was just like the end of a movie. But that's not with all players, so, Kyle Lowry could find more happiness on a championship team, and if he knows he does, then, he will. Kyle Lowry definitely fills the void at point guard for the Miami Heat because they do not really have a point guard. I mean, I guess you could say Tyler Hero is a point guard for them, but he's more of a shooting guard. So Kyle Lowry will honestly probably run the point next season for the Miami Heat, and I just feel bad for Victor Oladipo because he's gotten injured so much and won't be a big piece of the Miami Heat. But Kyle Lowry, on the other hand, will. He's going to have one of the best seasons of his career. I honestly think next year, running the point, he'll probably average something like 18 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds a game. I mean, Kyle Lowry will be a great contributor, but he won't be able to do it alone. He's going to need his other guys like Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and some other pieces like Victor Oladipo and Bam Adebayo to help him to win. And if you did not know by now, Duncan Robinson is the other guy in the sign-in trade and is on the Toronto Raptors. I mean, the internet has already blown up with videos on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, you name it. The NBA Twitter page is just boiling right now. Kyle Lowry going to the Miami Heat is honestly a very interesting move in itself because the Miami Heat, and this is a hot take, they have too many guards and forwards at the moment. And I mean, there's such a thing as being too deep at a position. And I think we all know that because players will be getting mad that they're not getting enough playing time because they're being held back by other guys at their position. And Kyle Lowry might not be the happiest because of that. But I don't know, Kyle Lowry might just want to win another championship at this point. And who knows what's going in Kyle Lowry's mind right now. I mean, we'll probably find out at the Miami Heat press conference because reporters are going to bombard him with questions like this, as they always do when another player signs on a new team, because the Miami Heat, I think, are officially a super team right now. And if you hadn't noticed, they have a ton of superstars, and reporters like to do this with NBA superstars. They like to stir the pot and say who's going to take the last shot in a game situation or whatever. But I think Kyle Lowry is just happy being on the Miami Heat and trying to win a chip. So I guess the other piece of news you could say in this video is that Lonzo Ball reportedly signed with the Chicago Bulls to Shams, and the Chicago Bulls are sending Thomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, and a second-round pick to New Orleans for Lonzo Ball, who's signing a 4-year, $85 million contract, sources tell the Athletic at Stadium. Before free agency even started at 3 o'clock Pacific time and 6 o'clock Eastern time today, we kind of knew that Lonzo Ball was going to land in Chicago. In fact, they announced that Chicago was the favorites to sign Lonzo Ball. But it ended up being in the form of a sign-in trade. And we had two great sign-in trades today, also Kyle Lowry. Lonzo Ball also had the greatest season of his career this past season. So let's hope this year he can have the best season of his career. And he could be a very good number 3 option to Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. He very well could average 14, 15, 16 points a game in that range, and also average something like 4 or 5 assists a game. Because if you take a look at it, Lonzo Ball might be running the point next season. And I'm sorry to Kobe White, but Lonzo Ball might take that position as the team's leading guard. The Chicago Bulls went everywhere today, actually, because they also signed Alex Caruso from the Los Angeles Lakers. But anyway, Lonzo tweeted, "Appreciate y'all posting my shit, LOL. Lonzo Ball has agreed to a 4-year, $85 million deal with the Bulls." It's going to be interesting next season with Lonzo with Chicago, because just like the Kyle Lowry situation going to the Heat, the Chicago Bulls already have tons of players at the guards and wings position. And those guys are Zach LaVine, Kobe White, and some other guys. Lonzo Ball is definitely going to have an interesting season next year. And I'm excited to see what LeVar Ball will say about that. It's kind of funny that Lonzo Ball he's just a role player and already has one of the biggest fan bases in the NBA. He has one of the biggest fan bases for a single player. His jersey is probably going to be one of the most popular jerseys to buy next season in the league. So, it's just always been funny to me that this meme player has this crazy fan base. And Lonzo Ball isn't just a meme, though. He can really ball. The New Orleans Pelicans are a huge reason why Lonzo Ball's jump shot was fixed, and Lonzo Ball is thanking them a lot for that. Anybody notice that when Lonzo's jumper was fixed, he played increasingly better? I don't know if it's just me, but do you guys see that? Anyway, Lonzo Ball and the Chicago Bulls will be one of my favorite League Pass teams next year to watch. And then our final piece of news regarding NBA free agency and signings is Woj reported the New Orleans Pelicans are landing Charlotte restricted free agent guard Devonte Graham on a 4-year, $47 million contract in a sign-and-trade deal. Agents Ty Sullivan and Austin Brown of CAA Basketball tell ESPN. I've always told people that I think Devonte Graham is one of the best guards in the NBA, and although he did have a struggling season last year, only putting up about 14 points a game for the Charlotte Hornets, coming into a situation with the New Orleans Pelicans will be a great fit for him. There's only one or two guys I could see that are going to take up his minutes, and that's Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, but they're not even at the same position, so I expect Devonte Graham to be averaging about 17 to 18 points per game next season. Devonte Graham is one of those guys where if you put him in the right situation, he can be a deadly player. But if you put him in the wrong position, he can just be a role player. Devonte Graham is very happy that he is going to New Orleans because he's going to get tons of minutes at the guard position. Him and Nickeil Alexander-Walker could be a deadly backcourt next season. Last season, Graham averaged 14.8 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 5.4 assists. I mean, Charlotte already had too many guards, and they weren't really even trying to hang on to him anyways because they knew it just really wasn't a good fit to have LaMelo, Graham, and Rozier all together on the floor at the same time. So they just let him go in free agency, and Graham decided to sign with the New Orleans Pelicans, which I think is a very solid move. It's a very modest move also. Devonte Graham could have joined a super team that has been insane in free agency like the Miami Heat or LA Lakers, but Graham decided to go to the New Orleans Pelicans, and he's going to try and make them better. I would not be surprised if the New Orleans Pelicans made the NBA playoffs next season thanks to Devonte Graham. At 26 years of age, without ever making the playoffs in his career, Devonte Graham wants to win now because in 1 or 2 years, he's about to enter his prime. So the New Orleans Pelicans fan base just, hit the major jackpot. The 6'1", 26-year-old guard is one of the best young players in the league, and I'm sure he will bring tons of confidence to the New Orleans Pelicans locker room. So I just wanted to update you on NBA news, especially to the Devonte Graham news, because he's one of my favorite players in the NBA. I know he's probably one of your favorite players in the NBA. So anyways, yep.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Click subscribe, turn notifications on, like, share, comment, all the good stuff. And as always, I'm your boy, Happy Basketball, and we're out.